All right, I think we are live, so let's go ahead and go through this deal really quick. Subto deal 6086 Mason Tucker Drive in Inman, South Carolina 29349. First of all, happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Hope you guys spend some quality time with your family today, because that's what life is all about. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go this through so we can get on with our day. The interest rate on this loan is 4.25%. The monthly payment is $1,848.77. Was $1,600 when paying for. That doesn't matter. Who cares what it was? Arrears $1,800 to $20,000. Assignment fee of $15,000. Rent is $1,500. Should be around $1,800 to $2,000. So that's a red flag right there. I mean, if max rent is $2,000 and that's what they think is the best scenario, that's probably not going to be a deal. But let's go ahead and go through the numbers so we can see all the details here. All right. So with that said, we have a property 6086. Let's see. Can't find any photos here. Let's see. I think they provided some photos. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. So relatively turnkey. Kitchen looks fine. Maybe there's just some painting work. What is this? It's the attic. Okay, that's the attic. Some carpet. I'm assuming this property is relatively new. Okay, so that's okay. That works for me. So I guess the next thing I want to do is look for the county, because I want to look up the maximum, the fair market rent on the rent ceiling. And this is in Spartanburg County. So when you Google HUD FMR, you click on the first link up top, and then you're going to be able to pick up access to smart FMRs. Look at FY 2024 FMRs. We're going to South Carolina. And this was in which county? Spartanburg. Boom. Zip code on this property is 29349. 29349. So the rent ceiling here for a 3-bedroom is $1,450. So that's even worse. $1,450 for a 3-bed and $1,530 for a 4-bed, which tells me quickly that this property is not worth the investment to turn it into a 4-bedroom, such as converting a garage or converting a basement into additional bedroom, because you're only getting a $80 lift in maximum rent. So that's probably not going to be good. Okay. Then afterwards, I'm going to get the market rent. So to get the market rent, I'm going to go to affordablehousing.com, go to the owner section, market rent estimator, plug in the address, plug in the bedroom count, and you're going to see here the number I care most about here is this number on the bottom right, $1,699. So this is for $1,699. So interestingly enough, the rent ceiling or the FMR, unless it's published elsewhere by the local housing authority, but I'm not sure if Inman is even big enough city for them to have their own housing authority. So I'm going to assume that $1,700 is the best rent you can get. And at $1,430, that's not even going to be cash flowing anyways, because it's so well below what the PITI is. So I'll underwrite a $1,450 because that's the Section 8 run, and then I'll underwrite a $1,700. You can see whether or not you're going to get closer to a break-even number. Okay, so let's go ahead and get these numbers in. So let's plug in the loan details over here on the spreadsheet. And again, just DM me on Instagram your email if you want me to send you a copy of the spreadsheet that I use. I've been fortunate to have been given a spreadsheet by the folks, and I just modified it so that I can quickly underwrite the same deals at a much quicker pace. All right, 4.25%. Doesn't matter when it started. I'm just going to back into the payment. There's no secondary loan. Arrears, $2,000. Assignment fee is $15,000. No cash or salary was what it looks like. 251, 622.76. Okay, let's go ahead and plug these numbers in. Now for this property, it looks relatively turnkey. This was how many square feet? 1,679 square feet. So I'm going to assume I need to repaint the place. 1,679. Let's set aside $1,500 for the roof repair, $500 for the landscaping right here. 1,679 to paint the place, but I'm assuming everything else is in relatively good condition since it looks fairly newly built. So that's about $9,000 to just repaint the entire place and do some set asides for the roof in case there are any issues there. All right, so now that I got my rents, because the maximum rent here is $1,450 for the HUD FMR, I'm gonna do 1450. So in order to get my property tax number, I already know that the 1848.77 number is the total number, 1848.77. I'll put that in the property tax section. And now I'm subtract the principal and I'll subtract interest portion of this property to get to my total escrow amount. And that makes me whole, right? If you take 610.94 plus 1237.83, that gives you 1840.77. That's why sometimes it's not necessary for you to figure out exactly when the loan started so you can get the exact breakdown of the principal interest, because it's probably going to move every month anyways. And don't stress yourself over getting to that level of minute details, because at this point in time, all you're trying to figure out is whether or not this property is worth your time to investigate further. Would you consider it if it was zero down? I mean, you still have an assignment fee. Would I consider it? If I was in a different position of my life where I only needed properties for depreciation, maybe, and I just had to allocate some money, but I never, how would I say it? My allocation of capital can be better spent on properties that gives me a yield either on cash and cash or on appreciation. So I guess maybe like the only reason why you would do this if it was zero down is because you get a depreciation play. But if you're losing negative cash flow every single month, which we're going to get to right here, right? Like I'm going to set aside for 10% for maintenance. I'm going to have 8% for property management. I got 5% for vacancy. So in reality, on this deal, if I rent out for $1,450, I'm losing $762 a month. And I just don't think that's a very wise allocation of my capital. Again, I'm not saying this is investment advice, and I'm definitely not soliciting any investments on this call. I'm simply sharing you guys the work I'm doing every single day and the thought process I'm going behind every single day. And that was a great question. It's like, hey, some people just buy properties because, I didn't need any money to get into the deal. But at the same time, if you're losing $762 a month, is that really a deal? I mean, I don't think I want to be in that position. Even if I got to my market rent at 1,700, which is what came across as affordablehousing.com, I'm still losing $569. Even at 1,700, that's losing $570 a month, and that's a negative 21% return. I kind of follow the Warren Buffett principle, and the number one rule of investing is to not lose any money. And I just don't believe that if I'm losing $570, I couldn't deploy that to something else. Or a 2% interest rate where the purchase price is really good. I think if you are buying for appreciation, my sort of bottom line would be I would have to at least break even. And the reason for that is because, hey, even if I don't make any money on a month-to-month basis, but it's in a good area, good schools, good school district, high chances of appreciation, then yeah, I would probably go for it. But if it's a negative cash flow situation, I just don't believe in, or better way to say is, I believe in self-sustaining investments, which means that all the cash flow it generates sustains its expected maintenance and capex. Oh, principal pay now. I mean, there are just so many deals out there. I guess the question is, why settle for something that doesn't give you a positive yield on cash and cash return or significant upside on appreciation, unless you are really strapped for deal flow, I guess is the better way to say it. Like, I just believe that if you are active after a passive cash flow, as an example, you just be a private lender and you would get better yield with less headache. Because whenever you buy these properties, you have execution risk, right? And in my opinion, a lot of people underestimate the execution risk and the return on your time and energy. Because if there's anything that ever happens, all of a sudden it might take like 2 hours of your day to address it, even if you have a property manager. And now that you have to address it, that just drains all this energy that you could have been spending time on a ground up development deal, as an example, or just having another conversation. So I completely understand your question. That's a very common position that we hear about. Hi, good job, Soleil.
Hi.
Yeah, thanks for saying hi to the live stream. Thank you.
Hi.
You want to come up?
Yes.
You can come up. You can come up. You say hi.
Hi.
Can you say happy?
Happy.
Mummy.
Mommy.
Day.
Daddy.
Happy Mummy Day.
Mommy.
Hey, good job. Okay, all right. Thank you, everybody. I am going to go hang out with my daughter now. So have an amazing Sunday. I hope you guys all spend some quality time with your family today. Make sure you guys are able to celebrate the beautiful and amazing people in our world, including our moms. Take them out, thank them, and just be grateful for everything that they've done for us. Because without them, we seriously would not have the lives that we have today. So have an amazing Sunday, everybody. Today was day 225. We do this so that we can get better together. So we analyze deals together. And most importantly, we can feel a little bit less lonely, a little bit less afraid, because that's why we do this. We do this together so we make each other better. Just copy what I did today, analyze the deal, explain one part using a better analogy than I did. Just do it better, and then put it on your own YouTube channel. Because that's how you build the confidence. More important, the track record and your own resume for yourself and maybe other partners. Because they're going to ask you, why do you think this is a deal? And at that point in time, you can go and refer them and tell them, hey, I know this is a deal because I looked at deals for the past 225 days. And they were all deals. Might that give you a little bit more confidence? Or better yet, might that give you and your kids the track record and the process that you had to go through and a consistency you had to demonstrate? See, last spiel, we like to tell our kids what to do, but sometimes we don't even walk the walk ourselves. So just think about, how can we tell our kids to be consistent, to be hardworking, to put in work ethics if we don't do it ourselves? And the only way to see you being consistent is by you putting that on your own YouTube channel as an example. If you're truly shy, make it unlisted so that only you or your selected group members or your party will know about it. You don't have to share it with the whole world, but at least you get started. And just remember, no one in the beginning is going to pay any attention to your YouTube videos. I tell the story all the time. My first month of our podcast called Affordable Housing Real Estate Investing got 17 views. And I'm pretty sure it was just my mom and my wife that was clicking it back and forth. And the reason I share that story is, if you guys just have time, make sure you guys record an interview with your parents and get their story before it's too late. And if it's too late for some folks, maybe go interview an uncle, an aunt, a family member, a neighbor. Best case scenario, you get to deepen that relationship with hopefully your mom. Worst case scenario, like, you get to deepen your relationship, have a story to tell. Best case scenario, that story might be the reason why you embark on a journey to become one of the best affordable housing investors in the world. Why not? What do you have to lose? And I think if you guys spend some time getting on the story from your parents, like I did from my mom and my parents, it changes your perspective, it humbles you, but also gives you sincere appreciation for everything they have done in their lives. So I hope you all have an amazing day. Hope you guys spend some quality time with your family and friends today. Seriously. I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow for day 226. Have a good one.